Hear the rhyme of the ancient mariner. See his eyes as he stops one of three, mesmerizes one of the wedding guests. Stay here and listen to the nightmares of the sea. And the music plays on as the bride passes by. Caught in his spell, the mariner tells his tale. Driven south to the land of the snow and the ice, to a place where nobody's been. Through the snow fog flies on the albatross, hailing God's name, hoping good luck it will bring. And the ship sails on, back to the north, through the fog and the ice as the albatross follows on. The mariner kills this bird of good omen. His shipmates cry against what he's done. But when the fog clears, they justify him and make themselves a part of his crime. Sailing on and north across the sea, sailing on and north till all is calm. The albatross begins with its vengeance, a terrible curse, a thirst has begun. His shipmates blame bad luck on the mariner, about his neck the dead bird is hung. And the curse goes on and on at sea, and the verse goes on and on for them and for me. Day after day, we stuck, no breath, no motion, idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. There, calls the mariner, there comes a ship over the line, but how can she sail with no wind in her sails and no tide? See, onward she comes, onward she nears out of the sun. See, she has no crew, she has no life. Wait, but there's two. Death and she, life and death. They throw their dice for the crew. She wins the mariner, and he belongs to her now. Then crew, one by one, they drop down dead. 200 men. She, life and death. She lets him live, her chosen one. One after one by the star-dogged moon, too quick for groan or sigh. Each turned his face with a ghastly pang and cursed me with his eye. 4 times 50 living men, and I heard nor sigh nor groan. With heavy thump, a lifeless lump, they dropped down one by one. The curse, it lives on in their eyes. The mariner, he wished he'd die, along with the sea creatures, but they lived on, so did he. And by the light of the moon, he prays for their beauty, not their doom. With heart he blesses them, God's creatures, all of them too. Then the spell starts to break, the albatross falls from his neck, sinks down like lead into the sea, then down and falls comes the rain. Hear the groans of the long-dead seamen, see them stir as they start to rise, bodies lifted by good spirits, none of them speak, they are lifeless in their eyes. And revenge is still sought, penance starts again, cast into a trance and the nightmare carries on. Now the curse is finally lifted and the mariner sights his home. Spirits go from the long dead bodies, form their own light, and the mariner is left alone. And then a boat came sailing towards him. It was a joy he could not believe. The pilot's boat, his son, the hermit. Penance of life will fall unto him, and the ship it sinks like lead into the sea, and the hermit shrieves the mariner of his sins. The mariner is bound to tell his story, to tell this tale wherever he goes, to teach God's word by his own example, that we must love all things that God has made. And the wedding guest is a sad and wiser man, and the tale it goes on and on.